Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of this video, I decided to film a free structured gel mani course for you guys for a few reasons. I feel like a lot of people are just charging, a crazy amount of money for like online Zoom classes and just courses that I feel like necessarily don't have to be overpriced. So I was like, let me go ahead and just film a free online structured gel course because it's really simple. Once you do it a few times, you'll start to get the hang of it. This was my third time working with it, and it was, like I said, way easier. I did some things differently than my last video that I recently uploaded on this. First thing I'm doing differently is going in with a base coat, which you guys just saw me paint there. In the original video, I did not do a base coat because I didn't think it was necessary, but then I had been doing research and I saw that the base coat provides a slippery, kind of like a slippery coat for the gel to kind of glide down the nail. And I definitely will be using a base coat from now on. So first thing is you're gonna pick up a bead of product. You don't want this to be like your regular gel polish amount. You want it to be like hanging off the brush because you are going to have to drag that product down the nail. I like to go on like upside down, like swirl motions in the shape of my nail until I reach the bottom, until I reach the tip. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, don't worry about getting it on the sides, because you can use your line art brush, what I'm doing here, and just kind of dragging that product to where the bigger brush kind of missed it. And then also the great thing about gel is that before you putting it in the light, you can just kind of clean it up with your finger, with your nail, and that's pretty much it. Once you feel like it's good to go, you can dry it. I dry mine for about 30 to 45 seconds and then I just move on to the next nail. So again, here I just do a really thin coat of this gel. It doesn't have to be thick at all. You're just basically using this to, like I said, so the product can glide down. It does not have to be thick at all. Also, when you're picking up your bead here, the reason you want to pick up a pretty decent amount is because you don't want to have to do 2 coats of this. Sometimes I would like if I'm doing it on a client and I just don't want to pick up that much product because their nail beds might be smaller or whatever, but the goal is to try to get it right the first time. Like I said, so you want to pick up as much on that product, on that brush as possible. And like I said, don't worry about getting it too perfect, because to me this is the best part of using of doing a structured gel manicure, is that you can use a line art brush and just kind of like move that product to where you want it to go. That to me is the best part. That way you don't have to worry about being so perfect on the initial application. Here I'm showing you guys how I do my fingers. I use my ring finger with the brush in my hand to kind of rest my middle finger on it, and it just kind of helps, just because I know sometimes it's confusing on how to do your own nails. I know a lot of people get like so tripped up on that, but the trick for that is just to use your own nails, your own fingers, to kind of rest your other fingers on, and I'm sure that'll do the trick. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Again, I grab as much on that brush as possible. You don't want to take a huge amount of product on the brush because it's just not needed. But like I said, you do want to take a decent amount. And I think the more you do it, the more you'll understand. Like, again, I'm showing you guys how I do my nails. I'm just kind of using my fingers to control the finger that I'm working on. But again, back to what I was saying, the more you do it, the more you'll get comfortable with the amount of product that you should use per nail. And just go based on what size of the nail you're working with. The pinky nail is a little bit smaller than the rest. So, maybe don't pick up as much product on the brush for the pinky nail. Here I'm showing you guys how much you want to kind of use. Like, you can kind of see that bead almost like dripping off the brush. And then even when I place it here, I'm pushing it back a little bit just to get it as close to the cuticle as possible. But remember, you don't have to get it as close, because again, you can use your line art brush to go in. It's a detailed brush, so you can get kind of as close to the cuticle as possible without touching the skin. So that's also a very important part. why you should have a line art brush. So because it's a detail brush, like I said, I can just go in on the sides. I can get as close to my skin as possible without touching it because the brush that comes in the bottle is a little bit bigger. So that is a trick when doing structured gel mani. Always keep a line art brush next to you. Also, you see me curing in between each nail. That's because if you don't cure in between each nail, it is a gel. So while you're working on another nail, the gel can tend to run off to the skin or just move because, you know, it's not set. So I work in between. I cure each one in between because I just don't want the product to move. I think it's the smartest way to work, especially when you're working on yourself. And even with clients too. So also keep that in mind. Now that we're done, I did the other hand off camera because I didn't want it to be too long. I already feel like I'm talking so much, but I wanted to get as much information in this video as possible. As you can see from that last clip I just showed you, things will get stuck to the nail because it is a gel. It's still sticky, but to remove that sticky layer, a very important part, just take some alcohol and just use a paper towel or lint-free wipe, whatever you have. I don't have any lint-free wipes at the moment, so I use a regular paper towel, and you're just going to clean off that sticky layer. That is also so you can go in and file it. You cannot file it without getting rid of that sticky layer because all of the dust will kind of get stuck there, whatever. Then you're going to take a nail file, and I'm just going to go in and clean up my shape. And then kind of similar to acrylic, you're going to go in and just buff out the nail, make sure it's nice and smooth, because even though it's gel, it can, like, you know, be a little bit of like lumps. It's just maybe not be as smooth as you may want it. So just go in with the file and just lightly buff over the nail until you kind of get it as smooth as you want. And then you can go in with a drill bit and just kind of smooth over it again after this to remove those scratches, but you don't have to. It depends on really how it looks. But I take another alcohol wipe and just wipe the dust away, and then that is it. That is the final step. You can go in with the top coat like I do at the end of this video. I didn't do a design in this video because I recorded a completely separate tutorial, so stay on the lookout for that. I'm doing like an airbrush look on my nails, and I will be posting that soon. But yeah, for here I'm using this top coat, favorite top coat at the moment, by the way. I get it from Amazon, and look how cute, look how clean and natural my nail. These are the most natural my nails have ever looked. I think that's why I'm just so obsessed with the structured gel mani trend that's going on. I wanted to not be obsessed with it because I'm just so used to, you know, doing my acrylic, but I actually am. I've been also even convincing my clients to like really, you know, get this. I've been doing it for a few weeks now, and everybody loves it. I think it's because, like I said, it just provides an overall natural look, and I think that's what people like the most about it. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Let me know if you're going to go ahead and try it. Thank you for this video. I hope you guys learned something. And yeah, I wanted to really get this out for you guys. So let me know what you think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.